guys. I don't know if the... Steve, hey, my wrenches work. Cool. Alright, I guess we got some people in here. Can you guys hear everything okay? The Godfather and his wrench works. Godfather, this is going to be preschool, man. Not school, preschool. Thanks, loyal trucker. Alright, cool. I wasn't sure if this was going to work or not. So, Godfather, this ain't going to be nothing new for you, but I'm glad your wrench works, man. So, pretty much with this video here... Hey, what's up, Ryan? With this video here, I'll tell you some of the stuff I didn't tell you in the last one. If anybody wants to ask me anything, that's cool. I don't have the answers that the Godfather does, but anyway, so I bought my truck. My truck's a 2014 T680. Yeah, future boss. That's funny. And I got it from a place called TLG Trucks in Portage, Indiana. And that place absolutely, positively sucks. I had a horrible experience there. I've had multiple problems with the truck. And they don't seem to give a crap. So I wouldn't recommend going there. I wouldn't recommend going there at all. I still got some factory... The Godfather asked what kind of warranty I got. I still got some factory warranty left. And with the option to purchase the extended premium 2000 warranty. Now, I'm still toying around with that, but the problem is I've got so much money to this point tied up in repairs that that's not really an option for me right now. So, but in the biggest thing I learned from all this is that it's definitely not like buying a car. And I said in the last video about finding out about your title and your sales tax and all that. Somebody sent me an email asking about plates. And Marcel says he's looking at driving for Crete and purchasing one of their trucks. I don't know anything about that. You'd have to find somebody who works for Crete or talk to them. But good luck with that, man. But the biggest thing I learned from this was it's a pain and there's not much haggle room. And they pretty much take the truck, stick it on the lot. They're not willing to really do anything for you. So, and one thing, I know the Godfather talked a little bit about the Pro Stars with the low mileage with the Max Force, the Diamond Renewed ones. Now, I almost went that route. But the reason that I didn't was because I found out from multiple manufacturers that whether it's Carrier, Thermo King for an APU, you can't tap the cooling system on that truck. You can put an APU on it, but it's going to be a closed system. It won't circulate the engine coolant. So at that point, you're looking at a Pro Star with a Cummins, and for that kind of money, I didn't want a Pro Star. So not that that's a bad way to go. It just wasn't for me. But stay away. I mean, I have a friend who bought a TLG truck from another dealership and had a different experience than I did. But that dealership wasn't too high on the one that I bought mine from. And they were basically pretty much jerks over there. And hopefully they'll see this because they suck and I hate them. And I'm still dealing with issues with maintenance and repairs. I'm going to show you guys something. See this? Snorlord says he's going to help me out. He's going to go live and say go to my video. That's alright, Steve. I ain't worried about it. See this? This little $230 wiring harness was the source of a $1,500 repair. And I knew that there was a problem with this harness. Yeah, I know Juan. Juan says I was supposed to go live yesterday. I got sidetracked, man. So, don't worry about it, Godfather. Well, by the way, if you guys see it, McGee Films. That's the Machine's buddy, Jason. Go check out his channel. Click on his little icon there and go check out his channel. But yeah, so otherwise, you know, as far as somebody emailed me and asked me about license plates, I took Schneider's plates, so I would assume that you'd probably have to go to your local DMV to get your own plate. Nah, no problem, Jason. I appreciate you checking out my live feed here. But so anyway, yeah, probably go to the Godfather. Probably know more about that than me. I'm actually in the process of starting to look at getting my own plates. What's up, Kevin? And let me see if I can hold on, Kevin. Let me see if I can do it. Oh, no, Kevin, you'll have to. Shit, how do I get out of that? Kevin, you'll have to go to one of my other videos and leave a comment. That's the only way I can put a wrench on there. I don't know how to. I can't do it from here, and if you can, I don't know how. Maybe. Could be, Godfather. Could be. But so yeah, the other biggest thing that I learned from going to the dealing with the truck dealers is they don't care. They do not care about you, because if you don't go in there and spend that money, somebody else will. And I talked to multiple dealers. I've called dealers, and once I told them what they wanted, if they didn't have it in their inventory, they didn't want to go out and find it. So anyway, how do I get rid of that? So yeah, it's kind of a it's definitely a long, drawn out process. Yeah, it was, man. Jason asked, was it worth it to buy the truck? Yeah, it is worth it to me, because unlike dealing with Schneider Finance, if I do have a problem, I just take it in and tell them to fix it. There's no gotta call PACCAR and deal with this and deal with that, and I don't have any of those issues. I just walk in there and tell them, here, do this, do this, do this, and I pay the bill and I walk out. So, and it's definitely easier to go home with this truck because I don't have that weekly payment. So unlike the some of the other YouTube people out here that will tell you otherwise, and I'm sure the Godfather will tell you, a monthly payment is easier to manage than a weekly payment. Now, I treat it like a weekly payment, the way I break everything down, but what's up, Butch? That's okay, Godfather. I ain't worried about it, man. Ain't worried about it. So, other than that, the only other thing I can tell you is, as far as the APU goes, I don't like tri-packs. So on this truck, I put a carrier on it, which I know the Godfather likes, Snorlord likes, and I've had carriers in the past on other trucks. And to me, it's a better system. I like the 6,000 watt generator as opposed to an inverter. So in fact, that thing's running right now, keeping me nice and cool, because it's hot as balls over here. I'm in Carlisle. What's up, Big Joe? Big Joe wants to know who installed my APU. Yeah, I know, Jason. I know you're having problems just like the machine. My APU was installed by a place called W.W. Williams in it was in Ohio. Not Hubbard. They got two locations. There's one in Hubbard and man, it's south of Cleveland. I can't remember the name of the town, but they were excellent to deal with. And whoever said that last comment, yeah, I do keep it real. Oh, Snorlord. See, he's on there trying to steal my thunder. Augustine says, thanks for the videos. Keep it coming. Yeah, you know what I'm going to do? I think, I was talking to Steve about this. I think what I'm going to start doing is, I mean, I'll still do the Schneider stuff every once in a while as I see fit. But I think what I'm going to start doing is, that's cool. I think what I'm going to start doing is maintenance videos, how to troubleshoot things. Old man Bo, what's going on, man? I appreciate you watching the first part of this, or the first part of the series, or whatever. This one's kind of didn't go the way I wanted to go, but If you guys got any questions about what I went through, feel free to ask. Mark says, congratulations on the truck. Thanks, Mark. Godfather says he's going to do more Schneider videos. Salty Nuts. I like that name. Ryan says, will a 700 credit score get a look from a dealership, or will they tell you to kick rocks? No, man. 700, you'll be all right. You'll be all right. What's up, Next Gen? I appreciate you checking it out. But, the maintenance thing, for a lot of you guys that don't know, who might be new to my channel, I worked in a car dealership for 15 years. There's a lot of things I can fix on the truck if I could just get the time to do it. Here, for example, what do I do with that? This wiring harness. Richard says, hold on. Is Schneider worth going to as a student right out of CDL school? I would say yeah. Listen, here, you know what? Before I, well, let me say this first about the maintenance thing. You see this wiring harness? I figured, now I was looking at this harness. They saved this for me. I can show you guys how to troubleshoot this harness. There's a lot of guys that don't know stuff like that, and I can show you about how to change your fuel filters, what to look for on the truck, certain things, and all that kind of stuff. I think that's beneficial stuff, because if you own the truck, man, you can save yourself money if you know how to fix stuff. So I might as well put my skills to use. But Salty Nut says he has an 802 credit score. What kind of rate can he get? Well, I can tell you mine was higher than that, my credit score. And I got a pretty good rate. I know a friend of mine got 6% or 6.5%, and I fell in the range of 6 to 10. We'll put it that way. You guys who may not know this, I don't usually put my own numbers out there. I'm just funny about that, because what's good to me may not be good to somebody else. So, you got to do what works for you. If they quote you something and you don't like it, you get financed somewhere else. Old Man Bo says, yes, make maintenance videos. Yeah, I figured that's something I can do that nobody else really does, because there's a lot of things that I can pinpoint. Satellite Jack says, all your info has been great for us beginners. Thanks. Well, I appreciate you watching my channel there, Satellite Jack. But I don't, it's like I've said a gazillion times, I'm not the Godfather. He's the one that's the authority on everything. But I just try to share my experience and what I've been through, and hopefully that helps somebody out. But I can tell you, and I've said it 50,000 times, I would not be where I'm at if it was not for the Godfather and Snorlord. So I just try to take what I've learned from both of those guys. Listen, here's something else you got. You know what? We're gonna lay it all out on the freaking line here. Here's the way it is. You got all these YouTube guys out here, and I ain't gonna name names, but we all know who the big ones are, right? I don't fall into that category. I'm like the Pantera of YouTube guys. I don't follow the trends. I just do what I want. If people want to watch it, cool. If they don't, that's fine too. I don't do things to get views or whatever. I just try to tell the truth, and I've never lied to anybody, and that's just the way it is. So Augustine says, what is the difference in income? Give us a ballpark. Difference in income of what? You mean between having a lease truck versus this truck? Or between being a company driver and an IC? Is that what you're talking about? Which one? Income difference between the two trucks? Kevin says, you're not trying to be a celebrity. No, I'm not trying to be a celebrity, because I'm not trying to impress anybody. Somebody said it earlier, I'm just real. What you see is what you get. Ask the Godfather, ask Snorlord. But to answer the question, the difference in income I've noticed in my take-home pay, I run the same exact way as I did when I had a Schneider Finance truck. Hold on, Richard, I'll get to that in a second. I run the same exact way as I did when I had my Schneider Finance truck. and my take home is about, depending on the week, 10 to 15, or, yeah, 1,000. Wouldn't that be nice? It's about 1,000 to 1,500 more in my pocket per week. Go back and look at some of this. Oh, Cool Breeze says he's ready to buy his truck cash, but the girlfriend wants a ring first. Well, the Godfather will tell you that the chicks are the boss, man. Richard said, did you drive anywhere else before Schneider? So I just stumbled upon your channel from Snorlord. Yeah, I've been a driver for, I think, almost 10 years. And I've been Schneider IC for a little over a year. And I wouldn't trade it for anything. Juan says, when you said you looked at trucks through the truck paper, what did you mean by truck paper? Is that a publication? Yes, the truck paper, it's actually called truck paper. They got them in all the truck stops. They're usually in one of those little bins outside. It's free. You just grab it. And I like doing that because you can flip through there and it's like a side-by-side comparison, whereas if you're doing it online, you got to keep clicking back and forth. And that book was invaluable to me because I saw... Godfather says, I see Like Trucking Corp in your future. Cool. I see it in my future too. Hint, hint. Snorlord says, and make sure you get one that's within your region. Yeah, because those papers are... Yeah, Truck Paper does have a website. Those books are based on certain sections of the country. You got like Northeast, Midwest, Southeast, so it just depends on where you're at. Try to get one close to where you live. But it's a good research tool, man. I spent hours looking at that truck paper to kind of narrow down what I wanted for the money I wanted to spend. Brian House says, what do you use to track expenses? I'm glad you asked me that, actually, because I know the Godfather likes the Truckin' Pro. So dig this. My wife is a CPA, right? So the Truckin' Pro, I've talked to Steve and I've talked to the Godfather about that program. I have no doubt it's an excellent program, but my wife and I have created spreadsheets that I use. You know, I put all my numbers in it. It tracks my gross, my net, my rate per mile, my loaded miles, deadhead miles, total miles, the money I spent for fuel. It tracks everything. And actually, I'm trying to put something a little bit compacted together, and hopefully, maybe if anybody's interested in that, I might actually try to sell it. A couple bucks, I'll get the cost per mile spreadsheet and the one that I use. So if you don't want to spend the money for the big program, you can buy that one off of me for a couple bucks and try it out. No refunds, because I need the money. Godfather, yeah, he was close to where I live today. He was in Mercer, PA, north of me. Ron says, Jeff, me, Snorlord, Pale Rider, the best and only YouTubers. Well, I appreciate that, Ron. Augustine says, Godfather should have trucking seminars once a year. I'll pay to attend. He's got so much wisdom to spew out. I'd pay to attend too, but actually I'm security at that, man. Big Joe wants to know, will I continue live videos? Yeah, I think I will. It's something new. I'll try it out. If there's not a big response for it, then I'll quit doing it. Brian Howell says, what are your 1, 5, 10-year goals as far as your business? My 1 year I've already made the 1 year goal. I survived as an IC. In 5 years, I would love to be able to be in a full maintenance lease with my own trailer, possibly a driver in the truck. And in 10 years, I want to be in business with the Godfather, man. Cool Breeze says, how many miles you trying to run a week or month to make sense of it all? I base everything off of 10,000 miles as an average. Old Man Bo says, do you think that it would be more profitable to get your own authority? Do you get Schneider discounts with your own truck? I really don't know about your own authority. You'd have to talk to the Godfather about that one. But yes, you do get discounts on things with Schneider. You get a fuel discount. You get... The shops are pretty reasonable if you got to use the shops at the terminals. Godfather says he got his Uber load tomorrow. Cairo, what's up? The machine? That's alright, man. You didn't miss much. Lee Craig says that's better than what someone with the I'm not sorry, man. I don't know how to decode that. TC with his app that costs people $100. Let's see here. No, that's the machine says he's gonna watch the replay tomorrow. Hey, your wrench works, by the way, man. So I guess I did it right. So, Trucker's Coach. All right, let me go back and look at that again. That's better than what someone with the INT Trucker's Coach with it. Right. I got you. Yeah, no apps here, man. I'm not interested in. Don't get me wrong. The way I see it is, I put all the time and stuff into making the spreadsheets. If I can get something out of it, cool. But I'm not trying to rip anybody off or anything like that. Jar Jar Binks Transportation can do whatever he wants to do. I ain't worried about it. I don't follow all that. I don't follow the drama. I just don't care. But one thing I can say too is, if you're going to challenge the Godfather on his numbers and all that, you better know exactly for 100% certainty that you're right. Godfather says, donate. I will build a trucking company with an app. Donate. Everybody donate to the Godfather. Snorlord likes that Jar Jar Binks thing. I told him that earlier today. You guys probably know what I'm talking about. But yeah, I don't follow any of that. I could care less. Like I said, I'm like the Pantera of YouTube truckers. I just do my thing. Nailed It wants to know if it comes with free t-shirts. No, but if you're nice to me, I'll send me your phone number with it, and I'll send you a snapshot of me holding up a sign with your name on it. How about that? That's as close to an autograph as we can get. Pencil Neck says, what's up, man? Who inspired you on YouTube to run your own business? Well, I can tell you this. I knew about Schneider IC before I met Jeff, but after I reached out to him and I talked to him the first time, it was him, man. Well, I knew who Steve was, Snorlord. I knew who Steve was before I met him too, but the Godfather was the one that pushed me over the edge. Godfather says, go fund me for Snorlord for a trailer. And Kevin says he's just a groupie. That's alright, man. Everybody's got to have them. You can be my groupie. Butch says, send him a Steelers shirt. I will, especially if they live in Cleveland, right? The other trucker, yeah, Big Joe says, leave the drama for the children. Yep, that's right. You don't get none of that crap over here. The other trucker, James Best, says he's starting IC on Monday. You, Jeff, and Steve have great content. Thanks. Well, good luck over here, man. If you need any help or have any questions or anything, you can send me or Steve or even the Godfather an email. We'll help you as best we can. Matter Fuzzball says, why did you want to be a truck driver? Good question. I'm still trying to figure that one out. Richard says, go Seahawks. Nah, man, not Seahawks. Come on. I know, you're still bent about Super Bowl 40. And I'll give you that one. There was some questionable stuff in there. Groundhog says, me too. Snorlord threw his email up there. Other trucker, James, if you got any questions, you can reach out to Snorlord or me. My email is always in the video descriptions. So, maybe I should just, I don't know. I guess you have to put your stuff in after you're done. I don't know. Jeff says, Godson, he still has Click and Go, so it's like he never left. Just, yep, Uber, Click and Go. Pencil Neck says, same here. About being a truck driver, school wasn't for me. Nah, you know what? I did go to trade school. College wasn't for me. I knew that right out of the gate. But, I went to a trade school. I was always interested in working on cars. Problem was, I would still be in the dealer. I was good at it. I still am good at it. The problem is you can't make any money unless you're a thief. And unfortunately, I like to work on everybody's car like it was my own, and that just caught up with me. Old Man Bo says, do you have any tips for building credit so I can buy my own truck? Why didn't you buy your leased truck from Schneider? Do I have any tips for building credit? Well, let's see. Snorlord, make sure I don't miss anything. You need a Conoco card, a Lowe's card, a Home Depot card, a Best Buy card. No, I'm just kidding. That's something there between me and Steve. But best way I can tell you to build credit, I mean, is if you just get yourself a credit card, use it, pay it off, use it, pay it off, use it, pay it off, and you'll build up your credit. When I bought my truck, I didn't separate. There's no business side and personal side. You know, I'm a sole proprietor, so everything is just under me. And that's one thing I wasn't worried about, is because I knew I had excellent credit. I wasn't worried at all about getting financed. So, I'm trying to flip back to these comments. I'm still learning how to do this live thing. So, but yeah, the whole truck buying thing was definitely an experience. You know, when you go into these dealers, you kind of have to have thick skin, I guess, and you can't be afraid to speak up. Like when I bought this truck, there was a couple of things wrong with it, and the one mistake that I made was when I went to pick it up, I got there after hours. The salesman was gone, and somebody take care of that. I don't even know what the hell that means. But my sales dude wasn't even there. Thanks, Steve. He told me all kind of crap that he's just the little things, you know. Oh, we're gonna have it washed, and we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that, and nothing was done. Why is it that it's your second live feed and it's better quality feed than Snorlord? Well, I got a new phone, so maybe the picture's better. Keeping balances on credit below 5% and having multiple accounts makes a huge difference on improving credit scores. Yeah, it does, but you also don't want too many open accounts. That can actually hurt your credit. I use my credit card like a debit card and I get 3% back. All you guys out there, this is the best way to build your credit. Yeah, a lot of people do that. I don't personally like to do that, but you know, I'm at the point now I'm not trying to build credit anymore. My name is worth anything I want. I can go out there and sign for anything. Godfather says you should have gave the sales guy a horse head. Yeah, well, he got a bunch of those when I called him a few times. You know, here's my biggest issue, and I still struggle with this now. This is not a bad truck. I'm just having some bad luck out of the gate. That wiring harness that I showed you, that whole repair was $1,500. And I've put close to $4,000 in this truck already. And I've had some downtime. So what really made me mad was when I looked at this truck, I went to drive it, the check engine light popped on. And I told him, I says, hey, you need to take care of that. Oh, yeah, we'll take care of it. And I knew when I left that lot, I said, you watch. They're going to shut that light out. They're going to roll it out the door. And they're going to blow it off. And they're going to hope I get far enough down the road when I pick the truck up that it's not going to come back to haunt me. And sure enough, I got 4 miles down the road. Now, some of them lights I was able to get the codes out of. The one problem I fixed myself. But it's a constant lights on, lights on, lights on. The freaking light's on now. It just popped on again today. Nah, you gotta leave me a comment, Groundhog. You gotta go comment on one of my videos, and then I'll give you one. Let's see. Lee Craig says he started out in 07 with Schneider. They're a good starter company. Yeah, I don't have any problems with Schneider. The Godfather says if my wife gets a Kohl's card, my credit my credit will drop 200 points. Yeah, you ain't kidding. I think she has one, to be honest with you, man. I think she does have one. I'm not sure. But yeah, so you just got to be careful with these dealers. And you know what? Somebody else, oh, yeah, my tires. So I went and picked up the truck. I've got it's my right front, my 2 drive tires. They're flat spotted. Somebody, I guess at some point the wheel locked up, probably from sitting there. There was water and rust and everything in there. Instead of them breaking it free the right way, they just drug it across the parking lot. I got 2 flat spots on my right front drives. The problem is I've had so many issues with the truck, I haven't been able to get back up there to get them. But rest assured, the godson will get his tires. I promise you that. They know about it. Satellite Jack says, yep, I was a mortgage loan guy for a while. Credit Karma will let you dispute old accounts and get some things removed. I think it's still free. I don't know anything about Credit Karma. The machine uses Credit Karma. I'm old-fashioned, man. I like getting my scores directly from the bureau. What's up, Trucker Steve? Nah, you didn't miss much, man. We're just kind of talking about whatever comes up. Groundhog says his truck's going into the shop tomorrow. You replace the sensor and it blew another, but they have to use the computer to help fix it. See, that's the big disadvantage of these trucks. When that light pops on, mine only says connect service tool. Because it's actually, there's a lot of people don't realize the difference between the lights. The actual check engine light is different from the malfunction light. The malfunction light is most likely, anytime any one of them lights comes on, it's usually an emissions problem. Or anything that can cause, high emissions. That's why those lights are there. But the malfunction light is usually for minor things. In this case, this truck has a light with a wrench on it. If you see that one, that's when you know you got something you need to get it looked at immediately. Old Man Bo says, how can I learn about maintenance on my own? Really couldn't tell you. Do some research. If you take your truck to the shop, talk to them, talk to the guys working on the truck, ask them how you do this, how you do that. I can't really answer that, man, because I went to school for it. So, I know that's how, when I worked in the dealer, people would, machine says books, you can read. I had, when I worked in the dealer all the time, people would ask me questions about stuff. Yeah, YouTube's a great resource, Snorlord says. There's a lot of stuff out there on YouTube. That's why I figured if I start doing maintenance videos, to help a lot of people out. Ryan says, what service intervals are you using? 15K. Oh, 15,000. I usually grease everything. On this truck, I grease everything. Change the fuel filters every 15. But I change I do a full PM every 30. That's what I do. Some people say it's overkill. Some people say it's not enough. Just depends on what you want to do. Groundhog says, Bo, start a good relationship with a shop. And you know what? That's a good point. The guys that I deal with over at Kenworth, there's a Kenworth shop that's literally 10 minutes from where I live, and those guys have been beyond fantastic. You can't really complain. They've gone above and beyond to help me. They gave me $500 off my bill. So if anybody ever is in Pennsylvania, I know Snorlord won't be because Pennsylvania's a swear word to him, but Kenworth of Pennsylvania, if you got a KW, well, I don't know about all of them, but the one that I use, it's just north of Pittsburgh. They're excellent there. Russ, what's up, man? He says it's a little late to the party. Nah, you're all right, man. You're all right. Cleveland Brothers. Yeah, I know where that's at, Groundhog. The Godfather says Rusty Russ is in the house. He's talking about Russ Maynard. Russ is a Schneider guy, too. He's a good dude. Snorlord says, what's up, Pennsylvania? It's that kind of square state with the half boot thing on the top corner there, Steve. Ryan says he read that Volvo went to like 60K on oil to save owners money. Seems kind of iffy. A lot of the manufacturers are doing that because they're telling you to use synthetic. They used to do that in a car dealer too. They're changing cars to 7,500. The Godfather says he thinks he was there for a split second, meaning Pennsylvania. Godfather came to PA and he didn't even look me up, man. You see how he treats me? You see how the Godfather treats the godson? Come on, man. It's cool though. I'll just have Dan call you. We'll have Dan call you up. He'll straighten it all out for you. Dan left you a message the other day, man. Hopefully you got that message. So, oh, the other thing too is, Anita's somebody new. She says, Carlisle KW folks are awesome. Down the street from the Schneider OC. Yeah, I've been there. They've also got a Thermo King place there. Godfather says he cooked on my deck and finished the dang deck. Oh, that deck's done, man. It's been done for like a year. Man, I forget what I was going to say now. Steve warned me. Yeah. Hashtag Bosnia Dispatcher. Yep, old Dan. Where's Gear Grabber at? I don't think he subscribes to me. Tell him he needs to subscribe so he can get in on all this stuff. Oh, I was going to tell you about insurance. If you're going to come to Schneider, if you're going to buy a truck and bring it over here, you have to have trip insurance. Cookie. I'm not sure what you mean by that, unless you're talking to Snorlord. He's the cookie man. But yeah, if you're going to come over to Schneider with a used truck, you're going to have to get trip insurance to get the truck from the dealer to the terminal, get your Qualcomm and stuff put in. And it's not bad. You can do it through Schneider. You can get a temporary policy. They call it a binder. You could go through True North for that. But yeah, you'll have to have all your, whenever you sign your loan, just like a car, you have to have all your insurance and everything. You have to have insurance on that truck, so you may end up with two policies at once if you're getting out of a Schneider Finance truck and going into your other truck. But Russ was a big help. I talked to Russ about the transition. He was a lot of help to me too, so I knew what to expect when I got rid of my Schneider Finance truck. Oh, and somebody asked me why I didn't keep my lease truck. I'm sorry, I forgot to answer that. The reason I didn't keep the lease truck was because, A, I had a lot of problems with that truck. Even though I got that truck brand new, most of the stuff I had fixed, so whoever's in that truck after me is probably going to get a decent truck. But the reason I didn't keep it was because I didn't want the high payment. Like I said, I added another $1,000 to $1,500 a week take home by getting out of that truck. But like I said before, Schneider Finance is a good way to get started. It's very low risk. And I even said it too, if my wife was working, I probably would have kept that truck. But, you know, being on the single income, you know, I'm it. Whatever I make is what we live on, so gotta do what you gotta do. But I can tell you with 100% certainty, this truck is my stepping stone to a full maintenance lease. Hopefully. This truck should get me through the required experience and all that stuff that most of the dealers want. And I actually knew of a full maintenance lease before I met the Godfather, because I worked for a company that had full maintenance lease trucks. Yep, that's right. Groundhog says when you get your insurance, they email it to you, just print it and roll. Godfather says, too dang expensive. Are you talking about the Schneider Finance truck? Yeah, they are a lot of money. There's no doubt about that. Snorlord said, I didn't watch his last video. Then I will get the cookie reference. I must have, that's probably got lost in the phone transition there, Steve. I'll have to go back and check it out. So, Ryan says it's 3 years minimum for a full maintenance lease. Depends on who you call. I mean, I'm not sure. The Godfather's dealer may do something different. All the ones that I talked to close to me wanted 3 to 6 years. Yeah, it was 3 to 6 years. What's up, Jason? They wanted 3 to 6 years or 6 figures in the bank. Gear Grabber, what's going on, man? So I told the dude, if I had 6 figures in the bank, I wouldn't be buying a truck. Groundhog says, well, guys, I have to go get the daughter at cheerleading. Wife's in Florida, so I'm Mr. Mom. All right, Groundhog, thanks for checking in, man. I appreciate it. Hey, Henry Bob, what's going on, man? Yeah, Russ says the dealer usually wants it back in 3 years. It's best for them. Yeah, because they don't want to lose money on it. When the company I worked for that had full maintenance lease trucks, they were begging us to give those trucks back because they knew that when they went to sell them, they weren't going to get nothing out of them because they leased them for 6 years, which was kind of a stupid move, but not for the company. But yeah, Ryan says he has to add 5 zeros to get 6 figures. Me too, man. Oh, cool. Well, I appreciate that, Henry. I appreciate you checking it out. Yeah, I'm nothing special, man. I'm just a regular dude. Gear Grabber says he's in the wrong room. He was looking for Dan. Godfather says he's trying to land the mother load. I'm assuming he's talking about Gear Grabber. Gear Grabber, you need to leave me a comment or something so I can give you a wrench. We've only had to boot out one person so far. I didn't expect too many trolls in here because nobody knows who I am. Jason says, I'm a regular dude that shreds on a guitar. I used to, man. I don't know about it anymore. Hey, by the way, Jason, I got to, for those of you who see it and don't know, Jay Hutch is Jason from the Crafty Trucker. Him and Heather, they're expediters. They just bought their truck not too long ago. And then put it on with Landstar recently. They're good dudes. Check out their channel too, the Crafty Trucker. They're cool people. I have yet to come across them, but we'll get there. Snorlord says I can play better than him. I don't know about that. I haven't picked up a guitar in about 4 years. But you know what? Last night when the Godfather was heckling me about doing my oh jeez. Hey, that's the wife. Somebody block her. Ben's mom, that's my wife. She's making fun of me for doing live videos. Jason says, no, I was just kidding, Godfather. Don't block the wife. Or she likes the fact you call her the boss, man. No, you blocked her. Oh, she's going to be mad. You didn't block her, right? You just deleted the message. Let me see here. I don't. Yeah, okay. Does the KW have the cabinet doors? Mine does. I don't know if you can see them. One there. Yeah, I got all the doors and stuff. Oh, the machine says that the wife was timed out by the Godfather. Oh man, she's gonna be mad. Godfather, man. Oh, she's gonna yell at me later. But she likes the fact that you call her the boss. There was something in here I was gonna Oh, Jason says he wants his tacos. I'm working on it, man. I'm working on it. You guys, not your Landstar, have a little bit more freedom over where you go. We gotta figure it out. We'll meet up, man. Russ says she's gonna tell me not to come home now. Yeah, probably. She don't like me anyway. She just keeps me around because I bring the whenever I come home, I bring the paycheck with me. Augustine says, what year is your KW? It's a 2014 T680. Gear Grabber says, the Godfather is in deep crap now. No, it's okay, man. It's okay. I don't even know what time it is. She might be it's quarter to 9. She might be putting the kids to bed. Now, I don't know about the sugar daddy part. Godfather says the boss will go to Kohl's on my wallet now. That's alright, there ain't nothing in it, man. All my extra whatever was in there was going to pay for all the repairs on this freaking thing. But we should be to the point now where we're pretty well squared away, although my check engine light popped on again today. So if the wife's still in here, say something if you're still in here. Are the buddies in bed, or are you trying to call me to say goodnight if they're going to bed? Anita says, how many miles are on your KW? I bought it with 360, and I think it's got 384 on it now. All right, machine. Go get some sleep. Russ says he's taking this to the shop tomorrow for a 300,000 tune-up. Hey, Russ, did you buy your truck new or did you get it used? I can't remember. I think, and if I remember right, you got yours from Lone Mountain, right? I thought you did. Okay. Steve says he's up to 430K. Time for a new one. Anita says, what miles per gallon do you get? Right now I'm getting about 7.9. This truck does pretty well. And I don't haul a whole lot of heavy stuff. I do here and there, but no, mine's Anita asked me if it's a 13 speed. No, mine's a 10 speed. But I don't do a whole lot of heavy stuff. I do run a lot of PA with the hills and all that, but I do a lot of light loads. And that's, like the Godfather will tell you, that's the beauty of Schneider. I mean, once you find loads within your area that you like, it's consistency. You can pick a lot of the same stuff, and you know what it's going to weigh and all that stuff. So you kind of know before the week starts roughly what you're going to spend for fuel and all that. So, but it's nice too, because when you get bored, you just pick something else and go somewhere else. Godfather says 2 more minutes and the boss is out of the corner. If she's still watching, she might have got salty and shut it off. Now she might not call me no more. So I'm gonna have to go to bed without saying goodnight, because the Godfather made the wife salty. You're gonna have to call her and smooth it over, man. You might have to take the wife out for steak, Godfather. You might have to smooth it over, man. Oh, you know what? The kids probably are in bed because tonight's a school night. I didn't even think about that. I would think, though, if somebody tries to call you on a live feed, it would cut it off. Yeah, Russ says that's what he did this week. He stayed in Reno and Modesto. Yeah, I never go out that way because I don't want to be stuck over there bouncing around trying to get home. Jason says, where am I at? I am in Carlisle, Pennsylvania. But not at the terminal. Close, but not at the terminal. And not at the Flying J either. It snowed. Russ says it snowed on him today. Ooh. But you know what? That's the other nice thing about Schneider, man. Or picking your own freight in general, you can run from the weather. I did that, although last year wasn't too bad, but I didn't have to dodge a whole lot of it. Yeah, Steve says there's a load on the board, California to Ohio, 4K. TK was looking at that load. McGee Films says that's a curse word. What's a curse word? Snow? You should be used to that, man, up there around Pittston. Godfather says she should be able to talk now. Are you still in here? Or are you gone? Is there any way to tell who? There's no way to see who's in here, right? Just unless you comment. You know what, Russ? I just got this phone a couple days ago, and I got rid of. Well, I didn't get rid of it. I didn't download Periscope to this phone because I don't even know my login and all that. So I probably won't even download it. Aside from a few guys on Periscope, there's not a whole lot of anything that's worth my while to even be on there anyway. Although, Russ, I always like your Periscopes because I like seeing all the different. I like when you went to the casino and all that stuff. Butch says looks like he's going to be training in the snow. Well, that's a good way to learn, actually. You learn in the snow, and then driving on normal conditions will be that much easier. McGee Films, which is Jason McGee, says, what phone did you get? It's a LG V20. Pretty reasonable. I didn't want anything super fancy. Donner Pass. Russ was on Donner Pass today in the snow. Yeah, well, end of September. Yeah, that's probably about right. The old mountain snow. If I'm not mistaken, I think chain laws are in effect now, aren't they? Isn't that September to April? Or something like that? September to May? I don't know. I never go anywhere where I'm required to have chains. If I have to put chains on, I just park. Yeah, that's what I thought, Steve. I forgot all about that. October to May, okay. I knew it was getting close. I couldn't remember when it was. Henry Bob says, I don't want to be off topic, but Rawest Collection is a great channel for a real tractor mechanic that shows you everything for preventive stuff and not to get taken by shops and how to do checks. Oh. Satellite Jack says, what's the best cell phone plan provider to get for watching YouTube vids on the road? I don't think the provider is really such a big deal. It's just you want something that's got unlimited data. I have Sprint. I have unlimited everything. Unlimited data, unlimited talk, unlimited text messages. I could stream for 17 hours and then watch Netflix for 3 weeks straight, and it wouldn't cost me anything more. Actually, I saved money by buying this phone, and then the dude switched my plan around. But because I got phone payments now, my bill basically didn't change. So once the phone payments drop off, it'll go back down less than what I was paying before. And by the way, I saw somebody put Verizon up there, Kevin. Dude, Verizon. I hate Verizon because not so much the service, the physical, cell phone service. Their customer service sucks. It freaking sucks. No matter if it's the phone or the cable. I was supposed to get Fios installed in my house yesterday. They said they were going to come between 1 and 3. Dude calls. My wife left at 3:30, and the dude calls and says at 3:30 I'll be there in 15 minutes. I said, well, you better turn around because nobody's there. And then the dude called me today. He says, what happened? I said, your dude never showed up. I told him. I said, with all that, again, they gave me a bunk phone number to call back. I said, nah, I told him, I said, I don't even want Verizon. I said, your customer service sucks. I told him, I said, I'll keep what I got. He got a little bent, but oh well. It would have saved me money, but it was the fact that he pissed me off. So Russ says he's been binge watching Walking Dead on Netflix. Gotta love unlimited data. Yeah, you're right, man. I don't binge watch a whole lot of things. I don't really have time out here. Kevin says he's had Verizon since '95 when they were GTE wireless, and they've always been good to me. Yeah, it just depends. Uh-oh. My battery's going to die here. You know what? That's alright. I'm going to wrap this up because I've been rambling for almost an hour. So I appreciate everybody coming in here. I appreciate all the interaction. This video I don't think went in the direction that I wanted to take it in, but that's okay. So if anybody has any questions, I'll throw the email on the description. I'll leave this video up after it uploads. I'll put the description the email in the description box. So, but I appreciate all the newcomers. Appreciate everybody talking with me, and everybody have a good night. Be good, be smart, be safe. I'll catch you guys down the road later on.